If I had to suggest one person for the next president to meet with regularly who's not a politician from outside DC, it'd be Jon Stewart. Now hear me out on this. There's no one out there in the current media landscape who's respected in the same way that maybe in the past like a Dan Rather or a Peter Jennings might have been. Jon Stewart's really one of the few who has that kind of stature, in part because he stepped away from it. He's shown that he's been willing to ask hard questions, but also is viewed by the public in a way that's considered authentic. So if I was the president, I'd approach Jon Stewart and say, okay, every 6 months, let's you and I sit down, let's have a 30-minute conversation. It's going to be taped. You can ask any questions that you want. That's the deal. And in turn, all of us will be linked to this conversation in a way that wouldn't happen otherwise. If I had to suggest one job for the next president to do for a day, it would be to take on the role of a military spouse whose wife has deployed abroad. There's two reasons for this. The first is that next president will definitely make a decision to deploy American military forces somewhere. The second is that we are in an age where American families are redefining their roles, and yet we had a candidate for a major political party say that if a husband changes diapers, they're taking on the wife's job. I think that's absurd, so I would like to see the president take on that role and see how, guess what, husbands like myself now do change diapers. It's part of our role in the 21st century.